Oh yeah, it's your boy Livewire, and I'm back in the motherfucking building, baby. What's going on? So, actually, this is what I want to do today. Just taking a little break from work. Gotta look at some business shit today. Fucking paperwork's always a fucking headache. But I figured I'd take a little break, look at some game shit, and talk about some game shit. Um, so today, The Last Guardian and Dead Rising released. Um, Now, can't really speak on Last Guardian because I have no interest in that game, so I did not play it. But Dead Rising, good game, man. Good game. I'm enjoying it. I do have an issue with the multiplayer though. Well, I didn't play it since what was it 12:30 last night, so I don't know if it was because there weren't that many people in the game yet, or what the case may be. But I wasn't able to stay in the lobby for very long. Maybe because everybody went straight to the story mode. I don't know. But that was my issue with Dead Rising. But all in all, the game is fun. I do like the story though. The story is interesting. I do like the way they changed up the gameplay mechanics, where you pretty much have two buttons for melee, and then two alternate buttons for your grenade and your long range fire weapons like rocket launchers and pistols and shit like that. That to me that's pretty cool. I do like that aspect of it. The camera shit is pretty cool. Kind of has that Batman type vibe. Like, you pull it out when you think you might. It'll help you, locate things in the area and shit like that. Um, it's gory as fuck, blood everywhere. Yeah, it's just fun, man. To me, it's just like one of those, fun games to just play through and just find shit. I could already tell right now this shit is going to be longer than I anticipated. I don't know how many chapters it is. I don't know if it's 15, 20, or whatever the fuck. But I'll probably be playing it for a little bit. But it's like one of those games that you kind of like, you chip away at here and there, and you kind of, you can finish in 2, 3 weeks, a month, depending on your playing style. And it's not really hard to pick up and just kind of go and do what you want to do. So to me, that's pretty cool. Um, But it's interesting. I mean, it's getting decent scores. Dead Rising games never really get tremendously high scores. Um, they just don't because it's not, they're just not that type of game. They're not, you know, uh, cinematic masterpieces. They're not super serious either. They definitely kind of like just make fun of themselves. So I never anticipated Dead Rising getting. I mean, maybe at the highest, maybe they get an 8. I think that it was the highest one they had. It was like an 8. But yeah, I mess with it. I think it's pretty cool. But let me actually. I want to share my screen and go look at some shit. Yep. Okay. Like that. And what was I looking at? No. Which? What was that shit? Okay, here we go. Yeah, so I was looking at not the Metacritic of this. It's an old ass game. I was looking at the Metacritic of the order, not the order. I keep saying the order. The Last Guardian and what was the other game? And Dead Rising. Now they got a ton of user. These are user reviews. I don't look. The funny thing about Metacritic now, you can't use user reviews. This shit is disappointing. God damn it, turn this shit off. Bitch. Oh, what the fuck? It should take forever to come out. All right. Yeah, for the disappointing thing about Metacritic is people just put up bullshit reviews now. They just don't even. Like they say, I like the game. They give it a 10. The fuck, man? Like, do you really score the game? Like, yeah, you do get some people that actually score the game. But for the most part, people just putting up, they either put up 10s and 9s or they put up 1s and 0s. I'd be like, really? It's hard to really gauge like what a game's value really is when you got all these people inflating the scores, you know. But the thing that I found interesting is like, all right, Last Guardian came out yesterday, and it had 62 critics that reviewed it, right? And let's see, and look at fucking 100, PlayStation Lifestyle 100, Guardian 100. This sometimes hardcore gamers, digital 100. All these, look, you got 400s. I'm trying to figure out like what I thought Uncharted was 100. So are you telling me this game is as good as Uncharted? Is close to Uncharted? Like I'm trying to figure out like how do these motherfuckers rate games? Like you can't tell me Uncharted is the best game and then tell me that The Last Guardian is right next to it at whatever the fucking price is, 60, 50 bucks. Like that's bullshit to me, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like these guys, they in here inflating fucking scores. And I forget that dude's name on Twitter, but he was telling me how I was saying Microsoft needs more websites that do the same shit. They just fucking put hundreds and 90s on fucking Metacritic. And he's like, why would you say that? That's fucking cheating. I'm like, well, PlayStation does it all the time. You don't seem to have a problem with that. Oh, well, that's different. I'm like, how different? How? La PS4. Like all these fucking PlayStation sites, PlayStation Universe, fucking 9. Like they don't give, it's like these games don't get anything. They get all their scores between 100 and 80. And if they get anywhere lower, it just means that it was universally decided that the game was shit. And even in those cases, they still might get, higher scores. Like GameSpot gave it a 90, but we know GameStop is a pro PlayStation place. Even IGN, but the funny thing was IGN gave it a lower score. And IGN Spain gave it 85. I think the actual IGN gave it like a 70 something, which they're probably going to get death threats for. It is what it is. Or is it? Oh, get 70 even, But I don't know. It's just funny as hell. No negatives. Nobody was pissed off about frame rates. Frame rates be damned. Tearing be damned. Glitching be damned. It was bad, but not terrible. At least that's what this is telling me. You can overlook that here. That's what I'm being told by the score. Now let's go to the Dead Rising. 1, goddamn. User score. I mean, these PlayStation motherfuckers be on hardcore. Damn. They already put in more review. Like, this shit is crazy. More negative than positive. Really? 1s, 3s, 0s and shit. Shit's crazy, man. These guys they're relentless. I just don't. Like, I mean, maybe Xbox guys are doing the same thing, but you just don't see it at the same level. You just don't. But let's look at these critics. Got a few 90s. Got a few 80s. ICXM gave it an 80. An Xbox place. I don't have a problem with them doing that because they're being fucking honest. But if this was a PlayStation website, they'd give it a fucking 100. This shit is ridiculous, man. I got 2 negatives. I got a couple of positives. But like, this shit is crazy. And then, I mean, we shouldn't make big deals of the negatives, but it's like, I'm saying like it's an unfunny mess of a game. A shamble course, blah, 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 blah. Bullshit. The funny thing is about like game, the balance that they provide isn't like, I just can't understand it, man. It's like, all right, you need to have category division and for your reviews. Like it should be like, all right, this is what this part of the game scored, that's what that part of the game scored, that's what this part of the game scored. They don't do that. You know, like if a game has a great story, but everything else sucks on PlayStation, they'll still give it a 7. Be like, well, you know, the fucking game doesn't work half the time, but the story was amazing. So it's a 7. But like, bitch, like if that was an Xbox game, they'd be like, man, the story was amazing, but the technical issues are just destroyed it for me, man. I have to give it a 4. You'd be like, what the fuck? You just gave that PlayStation game a 7. Yeah, but you know, it's PlayStation though. Like that's the shit I just get from this, man. It's just, you know, these guys, man. These guys. It just seems, I don't know. It's just crazy to me, man. Simple fact that PlayStation guys, these reviewers, are all just hardcore PlayStation guys. Like all of them, every last fucking one of them. It's just crazy as hell, man. But let me look at. Damn it. I might just close this whole tab altogether. I'll definitely close this shit. It's old. Let's see what's in the news today. What's popping? I don't care. Overwatch don't give a shit. Final Fantasy don't give a shit. I know people like it, but I don't care. Man, it's a slow ass fucking day. I don't know. You don't really have anything in here that is of interest to me. I just want to play that fucking multiplayer for Dead Rising. I think I'm gonna jump on that in a second, man. Like, to me, Dead Rising is a pretty cool game. I'm not saying whatchamacallit's not a cool game either. The Last Guardian. To be honest, I'm not saying The Last Guardian doesn't deserve an 8, but my issue isn't that The Last Guardian even got an 8. It's more so that, you know, Xbox equivalent game wouldn't get that score. You know, it feels like, you know, Xbox scores are, it's like Xbox games are scored based on all facets of the game, whereas PlayStation games are only graded on what people deem important to them about PlayStation games. Like Uncharted games never have amazing gameplay, right? People have told me multiple times, nobody plays Uncharted for its gameplay. They play it for its story and its graphics. Fine. But if that was an Xbox game, they wouldn't say, they'd be like, well, man, I don't like the gameplay because it's not innovative. But you just said you don't play Uncharted for the game. No, it's different because that's Uncharted. Like, why? Why the fuck is it different? Why is this double standard for PlayStation games versus Xbox games? Like, they have, I don't know. I don't know. It's always a double standard when it comes to those two. Let's see, they got anything new up here? Battlefront. Nope, not playing that. Don't know about that. I don't know. There's nothing really in here, man. The last thing I saw that was up here was not Dead Rising, State of Decay. That was the last cool thing I saw. Seems as a slow day, man. After I took my shit, I felt I was gonna get on here and actually see something. Nothing. And what's it? Tuesday? Fuck. I go shopping. Fuck. I hate going shopping. Crispin shopping out here sucks ass in fucking Teaneck, man. It sucks. There's too many people from New York coming down here. It makes it unbearably crowded. And that's on a regular basis. That's not even because of the holidays. It's just in general, it sucks. I don't know. But let's pop out of here. Stop that. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like I said, Dead Rising, dope game. You know what the cool thing about Dead Rising is the graphics are a lot better. Now I do have some issues, like they don't have it where when you hit the wall, it affects it. Like there's no interaction with certain objects and shit. I just found that kind of weird. What else? I think that was my only real complaint. I mean, the graphics do look better. They have slightly better textures. The frame rate is way, way, way better. Way better. Like that shit is noticeably better. I do like the execution kills. That shit is hot. I'm trying to figure out how to, because they got multiple ones that you can do. Like they got like regular melee ones. They got ones where you could, like you could just like execute people with your fist or like kicking them. And then they got shit where you could use the weapon. But like I said, I'm still in the very, very beginning, so I haven't even unlocked the other abilities that you can kind of do. Shit, I didn't even get the mech suit yet, so I'm still working on getting that shit. Yeah, man, but I'm having fun with the game, man. Having fun with the game. It's just something nice to have in my rotation, because to me, like I was telling the fellas yesterday, I like to have multiple games that I kind of like cycle through, if possible. Like, all right, so when I have Recore, I kind of binged. So I binged through Recore for a couple of days. But when I got Forza and then I got Gears, I kind of like jump back and forth. Forza's amazing. Can't wait for the DLC next week. Can't wait. This is going to be dope. Actually, Gears has DLC today. I gotta go check that out. Like I'm saying, it's mad games out, man. It's mad games out. Like like there's so many games out. I don't understand why people still bitching about Xbox getting fucking games. Like, what the fuck are you playing? Like the only people that I can see bitching about Xbox getting games is like fucking people that only that really want to play JRPGs. And that's fine and all. But you find me over 1,000 people that have an Xbox that want to fucking play JRPGs. Find me. I bet you they're not even on your friends list. Like these people are asking for shit that nobody buys. And I'm not saying Xbox shouldn't have it, but it's the devs that are choosing not to put that shit on there. Like, it ain't Xbox. Like, Xbox isn't going up to the devs and saying, fuck your games, nigga. Like, no. The Xbox is just like, all right, you want to put your game on here? The devs are like, nah, ain't nobody going to buy them shits. And that's what it is. You know, people don't buy the games. You know, it's not like it's free. They got to pay for that shit to be up there on PlayStation and Xbox. Is it worth devs making that game and porting it over to the Xbox? You got to ask yourself that. Like, these people just were like, I just want it. For what? But like, if you want to play those games so bad, why can't you just play it on the PlayStation? I don't get it. Like, it makes sense. Look, PlayStation is a Japanese console. Those games that are Japanese sell well in Japan. Xbox doesn't sell in Japan because it's an American console. Japanese prefer, if you have something similar to what they have, all right, they're just going to go with the home team. That is what it is. And everybody always be like, well, what about the iPhone? There's nothing like the fucking iPhone. Like, stop bringing that shit up in the conversation like Samsung is the same as iPhone. It's fucking not. And anybody who owns an iPhone will tell you that. You know, like, people love saying that shit. But what about the iPhone? The iPhone's American, but because it's not the fucking same. There's nothing the same as the iPhone. Nothing. The Samsung is a fucking Android. It's open. All right. If you buy a Samsung or a THC or a fucking Motorola, the damn near all feel the same. It's like saying the same thing. It's like, well, a Windows computer versus a Mac. It depends on what you like. And obviously over there, they like the iPhone, just like a lot of people here like the iPhone. The iPhone is dominant regardless. It is what it is. It's good. It's dominant regardless. You know why? Because it's fucking simple. It's simple. Yeah, it's closed off, and some people don't like that aspect of it, but it's simple. I don't know what do you want me to tell you. It's different. It's a lot different, man. You're not talking about the same things when you're talking about an iPhone and a console. The shit is just different, And in some ways, PlayStation and Xbox kind of bounce between each other, doing with similar aspects of that. Xbox is a little bit more open when it comes to apps. PlayStation is a little bit more open when it comes to indies. Xbox is more. I mean, because of that, the Windows app, you can get a lot of shit on your Xbox that you can't get on your PlayStation. It is what it is. We have so many fucking movie apps, music apps. You can just a lot of shit you can get for free. I mean, there's a lot of shit. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You got to look for yourself. But there's a lot of dope shit that you get for free on Xbox that a lot of Xbox guys don't talk about because we don't want them to take our shit away. So it is what it is. But in return, PlayStation gets some games earlier. It's not like they get them and we never get them. It's just that we get them. They get them earlier because they don't have to go through a lot of guidelines for certain things. It is what it is. But then in return, those games tend to be fucked up. So, hey, because the thing is, the difference between Xbox and Sony is Sony's return policy is bullshit. Xbox isn't. So if you buy a game that's complete shit, you can go to Microsoft and complain about that shit and possibly get that shit taken off. That shit is likely to never happen on PlayStation. You see what I'm saying? Now, they're not going to do that shit all the time, but if you have a legitimate complaint, they'll take that shit off. I've had at least a couple of games taken off because, I felt like, all right, somebody, bought a game on here by accident. And as long as you either don't play it or you don't have significant time playing it, you can get this shit taken off. But you can't make it like some shit like you do it every time a game releases and you play it for like 20 hours and be like, I don't want this game no more. Nah, bro, that shit ain't happening. You're gonna have to bite that bullet on that shit. But yeah, like, I don't know. I mean, it seems like people want to bitch for just be bitching. Be like, yo, Xbox don't got no games. Be like, they ain't games. Be like, the fuck are you talking about? You got too many goddamn games right now. You just got Forza, fucking Gears, fucking Recore, and fucking Dead Rising. Just came out today. There's 4 fucking games in 3 months. The fuck are you talking about? Yeah, but I'm not talking about those games. Bitch, what games you want? I want the fucking Japanese games. Then get a fucking PlayStation. Why? They're not going to come over here. The devs don't want to put them shits over here. Just like fucking, PlayStation gets shitty games with fucking frame rates and dumb shit like that. I mean, yeah, they get them, but you got to deal with that shit. Hey, each console has its pros and cons. You got to ask yourself that. What do you want? What do you want? You want a game with shitty frame rates? Go play on the PS4. You want games with better frame rates but slight lower resolution? Then play on the Xbox. It is what it is. It's your choice, And if you want fucking just play on PC, go play on that bitch. Like, I don't get this whole I got a bitch about shit. Like it's one thing to complain about shit that can really be changed. There's another thing to just complain for the mere fact of complaining. Like, if you really want some Japanese games, how about you complain to the Japanese devs? Oh, you can't speak Japanese. Well, guess what, motherfucker? How about you learn some Japanese and then text those motherfuckers all day, a day? If you really that gun-ho to play some fucking Japanese games, how about you fucking on Xbox? How about you learn some fucking Japanese All right, then go and fucking text those motherfuckers all day, every day about getting games on Xbox. All right, wakarimasu, wakarimasu. You understand? Go text those motherfuckers all day. Like, this shit is crazy, man. Like, you can go learn Nihongo. Go over there. Go to Nihon and learn Nihongo. You know, take your gaijin ass over there and learn that shit. Let the Japanese teach you. You know, like, you get your whole Japanese experience. Get a Japanese wife. You know, get a Japanese PlayStation and go Japanese. Eat rice in the morning with fish heads and all that shit. Like, what the fuck you like? I don't get that shit, man. Like, it's okay to own both consoles. Like, I'm gonna get a PlayStation eventually. I just don't have a use for it right now. But I'm gonna get it eventually. It got Spider-Man on it. I want to play that game. But I'm not gonna bitch to Microsoft all day about fucking getting Spider-Man. What the fuck is the point in that? Just buy the fucking PlayStation. That'd be like if I owned the PlayStation and bitch that I want to play Killer Instinct. Oh man, I played Killer Instinct when it was on the NES. Sony, you gotta get Killer Instinct though. Oh, what the fuck, Sony? Sony, you need Killer Instinct though. Like, no, just fucking buy an Xbox. Like, this shit is ridiculous, man. Like, come on, man. Let's start being real. Let's cut this bitching out, man. Because cats is just starting to be bitch ass gamers, man. For real. They starting to bitch all day, every day about the stupidest shit, man. If I could see one more motherfucker write down Xbox need more variety. But like, nigga, in what? Variety in what? Oh, well, they don't got the games. Bitch, did you look in the fucking store? Like, I was talking to dude yesterday. He was like, well, Xbox doesn't have enough single-player games. I'm like, well, PlayStation doesn't have a lot of multiplayer games. Oh, well, the fuck, man? It's give and take. You can't look at it like it's only one side, bitch. Oh, well, I wasn't talking about that. Sony's not known for fucking multiplayer games, so that doesn't matter. The fuck? Why is it what's good for the goose, not good for the gander? Why is it always this double standard, like, all the time? Like, and PlayStation guys that try to play neutral. That shit is hilarious. That shit is hilarious. I mean, like, come on, man. The only thing Xbox doesn't have is really JRPGs. That's it. It's a handful of games. I mean, it's a handful of games. Do you really want to play JRPGs that bad? Then why don't you fucking have a PlayStation already? Like, to be honest, who the fuck are you going to play those games on Xbox with? Who? Other than Xenoverse, who the fuck are you going to play those games on Xbox with? Most people that own Xbox don't play those games. Go take a vacation in Sony land. Right? Play all the JRPGs you want. And when you're done doing that shit, you can come back to your friends on Xbox if that's what you want. You're not going to see many friends on fucking PlayStation. I'm going to tell you that right now. And then if you think you're going to have a better time over there, Lord, I could tell you the shit is going to get weird. Because for the fact, there's going to be dudes over there acting like they girls. Especially if you're talking about playing them JRPGs, that shit's going to happen. They're going to be having girl characters. They're going to be trying to talk to you with soft voices, trying to hit on you, catfishing the shit out of you. And some of you motherfuckers probably go for that shit. I'm just saying, man. It's that JRPG life. It is what it is, man. They play both sides. All the way around. That's how they do. Man, it's just... Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. They do have a lot of JRPGs on DS. And some of those people do have that. I just don't understand why Like, I get it that some people don't want to be separated from the community. I get it. Xbox has the better community because you're always connected, right? That's why I have an issue with buying games on PlayStation. Why? Because I feel like even though I can obviously connect my PlayStation through the Xbox, so I can still be connected. Even at that, I know I'm gonna get lag, so that's gonna be an issue. So I don't feel like dealing with that shit. So it's gonna be like, all right, I gotta play PlayStation, play this game for a certain amount of time. What I used to do, to be honest, is I used to have my PlayStation on through when my brother used to come over and we'll play on the PC, but the TV will still be on Xbox, so I still get the indications of when people are on. So I could possibly still do that, but it is what it is, man. But this constant bitching, this shit is like, look, man. If people have valid arguments, I give them that. But stop bitching about shit that people ain't gonna do. Like, it's not. It has nothing to do with me. Like, it's just like this constant complaining about shit that only 5 people want is ridiculous. Like, it's beyond ridiculous. Like, I mean, I go into party chats. Nobody be talking about dog. I gotta play that Persona 5. Like, I mean, if there is somebody, they ain't telling us. And I'm not saying people can't like that shit on the side. That's some shit you could experience by yourself. I don't know what the fuck you gonna talk to it about, but you could experience by yourself. It's your shit. What's good? What's going on? You got GKB in the house. Nah, man, I'm just going on a little rant about this constant console bitching to Phil Spencer about JRPGs, man. This shit is ridiculous. Because it's like they act like it's Xbox fault. Like, that's the funny thing. They act like Xbox don't want JRPGs on the console. It has nothing to do with that. It's the fucking devs. They just don't see the value of bringing that shit over. Like, if the devs saw Xbox dudes buying that shit up, I get it. But look, like, who the fuck is really amped to play Ni no Kuni? Name a motherfucker. I don't know. I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to play that Ni no Kuni. And I'm not saying people can't like that shit. It's just like they know that shit's not popular here. Like, even with the shit that like, all right, we just looked at the PlayStation experience, right? Yeah, Crash Bandicoot. Some people were happy about it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not saying that my opinion is for everybody, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel the same way. But like, wait, I'm about to play another Crash Bandicoot that's the same as the one I played fucking 20 years ago, just with a paint job. That shit's gonna get old quick. Now, maybe if I have kids, maybe they'll like it. Maybe, but that's wishful thinking because that's not really a game for them. That's a game for the people that played it 20 years ago. Why would, like, that gameplay is old. Like, these kids are a little bit more advanced than we were at that age. They've been playing games on cell phones and other shit damn near since they were able to develop any kind of motor skills. So it's like, who the fuck is this game for? I mean, that's the question. I mean, I think it'll sell 1 million because it's Crash Bandicoot. But like, I ain't looking for the next Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm done with that shit. I mean, maybe you are, maybe people are, but I'm good, man. I'm not looking for them to remaster Sonic the Hedgehog 1. Like, the fuck? No. If I'm gonna play Sonic the Hedgehog, give me a brand new Sonic. Figure out a way to, don't they got Sonic Mania? I might get that shit. But I ain't playing the shit that I played fucking 20 years ago. Fuck that. Fuck that. Why? Why? I already have it on Xbox back compat anyway. If I did want to go revisit that shit. It's like what? Like you just selling me shit I already own. You know, to me, this is like what PlayStation is doing with this Crash Bandicoot shit. Is like somebody came in your house, took those old sneakers you had, and fucking painted them shits up and made them look new on the outside, but they still raggedy as hell on the inside. Be like, these ain't new shoes, dog. You just fucking painted over them to make them look like they new on the outside, but my fucking soul is still worn the fuck out. Like these ain't new. You got to update. But I don't know. I just find it funny, man. I just find it hilarious. But I do think Scalebound to do better than what anticipated, though. And the only reason why I say that is because I think Final Fantasy is doing better than probably its predecessors on any Xbox platform. And because I think mainly because it's a action JRPG. You know, the only reason why I didn't get Final Fantasy is because I just don't like those type of stories. Like that, you know, that just doesn't appeal to me, man. It's just, I don't know. I just don't like that type of storytelling. It's just not for me, man. I mean, some people can get past it. Some people can straight up ignore it. I just rather not. I mean, Scalebound seems a little bit more up my alley. What other game did they have? Like Dragon Ball Z. That shit's cool. I fuck with Dragon Ball Z. I don't play those games, but I like the cartoons and shit. But like if they had something similar to Final Fantasy, but it was like Dragon Ball Z and shit, like the same art style and all that shit, but it was just Dragon Ball Z, I could see myself trying to get that shit. But just straight being Final Fantasy, I just don't. I don't fucking get it, man. It was never my cup of tea back in the day, man. It's just, you know, it's just not a game I care for. I'm gonna be honest. If you gave me a choice between fucking Halo and Final Fantasy, it'd be Halo. If you gave me a choice between Splinter Cell and any of those Final Fantasies, it'll be Splinter Cell. Shit, I'd rather play Splinter Cell Blacklist, Splinter Cell Convictions, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, Splinter Cell Pandora over fucking Final Fantasy any fucking day. And that fucking Pandora game is old, and obviously the original Splinter Cell game, that's old. It's an old ass game. That shit would be hard as hell to go back to. Because that, you know, there's a lot of shit they added from the first one to Blacklist. Blacklist was a dope ass game. Didn't like the fact that they changed the voice, but the game was still hot. Yeah, man, that was a good ass game. But yeah, like games like that, man. That's why I don't even fuck with Metal Gear. Splinter Cell dropped. Metal Gear was dead to me. Said you died. It's like, sorry, Kojima, but this shit is way better than what you offering. Because I can't deal with that goofy ass shit. Shit is weird. I'm like, all of a sudden I'm doing espionage shit, but now you gotta throw fucking super zombies at me. Like, what the fuck is the point of this shit? I just never got Metal Gear, man. It's just like after the first one, well, not the first one, but after the one on PS1, I played Liberty, and then that shit just fucking hurt me. I was like, the fuck? It's like, I don't like this game at all. It looks better, but I don't like it. But yeah, it just seems that I don't know, people got to get their mind right. Like, does Xbox have games? Well, are you buying the games? That should be the question. Well, Xbox doesn't have any games. Well, what games do you plan to buy on the Xbox? Now, if you're a PlayStation guy talking about Xbox has no games, you fucking have no clue. So your opinion matters none at all. Like, you have no idea. You can't look in the store. You have no idea. You know, you're just talking out your ass. Like PlayStation has all the indies, bitch. Xbox has a shit ton of indies, more than I care to look at. Like it just has too many. You know, as GKB. PlayStation has all the indies, bitch. Xbox makes where you pretty much. My bad. Yeah, but as GKB, he knows. He plays more indies than anybody I know. Shit. Xbox has too many indies. Shit, I got Flood. Was it Burning Flood? I bought some game, something Flood with the chick with the raft and shit. I bought that shit. I was like, man, this shit is slow as hell. I didn't even have. I heard it was decent, but I couldn't get into it. It wasn't like intuitive enough for me to be like, oh, I don't feel like figuring this shit out. They're not giving me any tutorials. Man, fuck this game. I just moved on. Like I don't know how much time these people think people have, you know. But if you work, if you have a family and you have kids, you know, it's hard to play some of these games, man. That's why I think nowadays I'm becoming way more casual than I used to be. Way more casual. I just don't have the time to just fucking pour hours and hours and hours on in games like that. You know, like I like Halo because it's straightforward. It's like, all right, this is what you got to do. Now just get better at that shit. All right, cool. I like Gears because it does the same thing. You know, it's like sink or swim, bitch. That's what Gears is. It's like throwing a kid in a pool without swimming lessons. That's what Gears is. It's like sink or swim. But yeah, man. I'm just way more casual nowadays. I don't know, like a game like The Witcher, man. That shit took me a while to get into, man. Just because of the time. That bitch sucks your time. That shit's damn near a religion. It's like shit. I'm like, you telling me you want me to do what? I'm like, oh man, I can't do this shit. That's the only thing I fear about Sea of Thieves, man. It's not so much that I don't think the game's gonna be good. I just think it's gonna demand a lot of time. I'm thinking it's gonna be like what's that game? Minecraft at sea. It's gonna be like an adult Minecraft at sea. Like you're gonna have, well, I don't see. I didn't really play Minecraft. I'm assuming they have quests. I don't know what the fuck you really do in Minecraft other than build shit. But I know they do some other shit other than build stuff because I know they like fight and all that shit. But I know based on that insider program, they were talking about a lot of shit that people want. They want crews. Like my thing is like how like in depth are you gonna go with these crews? Like, are you gonna go like to a T? Like you need a captain, you need a first mate, you need all this. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on. It's always some goddamn telemarketer. Ugh, I don't know if y'all get this shit, but I always get somebody calling my house about, yo, you want solar panels on? No, bitch. I told you like 3 weeks ago. That. No, bitch. I don't want no fucking solar panels on my fucking roof. But yeah, man, we got games, man. It's all about people should play them, man. I still don't understand how fucking Quantum Break didn't sell. I'm just thinking maybe if Microsoft put out more commercials, I don't know. That game should have did better than it did. You know what? What I'm thinking is live action commercials don't work no more. They need to stay away from them shits. I think that shit also hurt Titanfall, even though I still ain't like that game. I don't like the multiplayer. I played it this weekend. I was like, I was like, so let me go back to Battlefield. I can't deal with this Titanfall, man. I just don't like it. It's not what I remembered. It's not the same as the first one. Titanfall 2 just don't play right. I mean, if you never played Titanfall, I guess it wouldn't feel so bad, but I don't know. It feels like when I run on the wall, it's like my boots are magnetized to the wall instead of me running on the wall. I don't know. It's the best way I can explain it. It's like I'm not really running. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. I just don't like the game like that. I don't understand why they changed the shit that they did. Like, what the fuck, man? Why would you make a fucking pulse dagger? Why? Why wouldn't you just have a pulse radar? Like why would you do that? Like, I don't get the shit that they were doing. Like, why would you do that? Fucking Titanfall, man. Yo, who the fuck was in these meetings, man? Like, it's like they just had no one that liked Titanfall at all. And they were like, what? You like Titanfall? No, you can't come. We don't want your advice. We just want the people that never played it before. All right. Now, tell us what we should change. We're going to do all that. But like, what the fuck? But yeah, man. But I mean, even with that being said, the game should have sold better than it did. I don't know. People just not spending the money on certain games. Like Watch Dogs, I wasn't buying that shit. Straight up, I'm buying that game. Like, I was not going to buy Watch Dogs because I hated the first one. I hated that game. That shit was like pulling teeth. That shit was like a corny ass Gran Turismo. I mean Gran Turismo, Grand Theft Auto. That shit was corny. Yeah, but Titanfall's trash though. It might have sold more to Recore and Sunset Overdrive, but those games are only on Xbox. Titanfall was on PC, fucking Xbox, and it was on freaking PS4. Even the ponies ain't buy that shit. They talked all that shit too. Oh, we're like, Titanfall's coming over here and all that shit would be better and blah blah blah, and they didn't even buy it. I'm gonna be honest, man. Battlefield was the best multiplayer this holiday. Battlefield was the king. The next would be Gears, and I guess it would be Titanfall. No, maybe Call of Duty. I give it Call of Duty after that. Then I'd say Titanfall. Ni no Kuni. Who the fuck is that? What game is that? Who the fuck plays Ni no Kuni in the States? I don't know. Maybe people bought it out here. I don't fucking know. You might be talking overall, like worldwide. I don't know what they fucking spend. I mean, maybe they do buy that shit in Japan. I'm pretty sure they do. It is made by Japanese devs, so I'm assuming they cater to those fans. So, if like, I don't know, million people buy that shit in Japan and like 200,000 buy it in the States, yeah, you're probably right. They probably did. Well, no, any more than that. I think Sunset Overdrive definitely probably did 1 million at this point. But yeah, that shit's crazy. I don't know. I mean, look, you got. I don't know. I don't know what's up with game. Well, you know what? This is my theory on people that are buying games. I think that before more people bought games last generation, but it was partially because, all right, you got to look at it this. Some people just fell off. They don't play games anymore. Right? So the guys that used to play Call of Duty, 2K, Madden, some of those guys don't play those games anymore. They're just gone. Then on top of that, you got the young gamers that are coming up. Some of them didn't gravitate to either console. They're just on their cell phone. That is their console. Instead of getting a PlayStation, instead of getting the Xbox, they chose to get a phone. And they just chose to play games on there. You know, their mom or dad gave them a choice to be like, what do you want? You want a cell phone or you want an Xbox or a PlayStation? I want a cell phone. Why? Because all their friends got cell phones. And they could play their friends on their cell phones. So, you know, part of the generation went there. Now the younger generation, they still get DSs, right? So I would say maybe like a 12-year-old or something like that. They would probably go for a console, maybe even a 10-year-old. But the younger groups between the ages of, I would say 5 and up to maybe 12, they might be going for a DS. That's why you always see that shit set. You know? The crazy thing is they go from a DS and then they go from that to a phone. They're not going from that to the Nintendo a lot of the times. That's why you haven't seen the sales boost up. That's why I think Nintendo is going the way of the Switch. They're trying to get people to kind of stay. But the thing is, with a phone, obviously you can play games with multiple people and you don't all need to have the same type of phone. With a Switch, unless they have like Nintendo has some deal with Android and Apple, I don't see how you're going to really be able to get younger gamers to really gravitate to that shit. I don't see it. But yeah, I mean, look, man, Microsoft has an issue with advertising. I mean, for some of the games, like I'll tell you one thing. One, they could have did a better time of advertising Quantum Break. Definitely, they could have done it earlier. That was one of their mistakes. They waited way too goddamn long to start advertising that shit. Like, if the game is coming out, I think it came out in April. They should have been advertising that shit in March. But nope, Microsoft started advertising that shit like the week before. Yeah, they had their little trailer, like little video trailer on YouTube, but that's not quite the same thing. Like, you got to have that shit on TV, you know? Because the one thing I'll tell you is the games that blow up, that you see blow up and get a lot of purchases are the games that are advertised everywhere. Uncharted you saw in the theater, Uncharted you saw on TV, Uncharted you saw on YouTube, Uncharted had other ads. Like, they pushed it. Same thing with Gears, same thing with Halo. Those games get pushed. So I'm saying, if you're gonna have a big enough budget and you're gonna spend all this money, you might as well promote what you're trying to sell, man. It doesn't make sense to do it like the week before and just let it die unless you don't really believe in it or whatever the case may be. I don't know, man. I just say, man, play the games you like. What console, it doesn't matter. Just look, man, play your games. Look, if PlayStation has JRPGs, fucking get a PlayStation and play JRPGs if that's what your itch is. But just don't bitch about Xbox not having JRPGs when that shit is not up to Xbox. Phil Spencer can't go and threaten Japan. Japanese devs would bomb in their country if they don't fucking, give us JRPGs. So what the fuck is the point bitching about it? Like, they have to want to bring those games to the Xbox platform, but the gamers have to demand that they be there. And that goes to the devs. You have to talk to the devs, not Phil Spencer. Telling Phil Spencer you want JRPGs is one thing. Fucking buying JRPGs is another thing. Like, you could talk all day, every day. Oh, we want JRPGs. Bitch, did you buy the ones we got? Oh, well, nah, I mean, we I don't know. I mean, we don't want those JRPGs. Oh, then, bitch, the fuck? They looking at the stats. Microsoft has to prove to these devs, like, look, Look at this. Look at these stats of these JRPGs. They've been increasing. Look, people want them, but if you're not buying those shits and nobody else is, then fuck. You know, what do you want? Yeah, well, if you buy them, then I mean, hey, look, you can buy what you want, but if other people don't buy it too, you know, the majority outweighs the few. I mean, it is what it is. You know, that dev that you bought his game, he'll appreciate it, but at the same time, he's like, well, nobody else did, so I'm not gonna bring the sequel to this platform because it's costing me money to put it on here, but yet nobody is buying it over here. So what is the point of me even selling this game on this platform? Now you could bark at the dev, hey, maybe you can get a petition, but you know, at the same time, you got to put your money where your mouth is. You can't say, oh, I want it on Xbox, but then nobody buys it. You got to show that people want it on Xbox. You can't just say it. You know, if devs don't feel that their game is going to get the traction on Xbox, they're not going to put it on Xbox. It is what it is. You know, I mean, it's sad to say, but look, man, Final Fantasy, they learned that themselves. They were like, look, we got to cater to more of a Western type of market in order for our game to sell better. They wanted 10 million sales. I don't know if they're there yet, but they got it at 5 shipped. So on their end, that's what they sold was 5 mil. So yeah, I mean, look, man, you got to change it up. That's why Scalebound is the way it is. It's not like a traditional simplified JRPG. It's an action RPG just to make sure it caters to the Western audience. Look, man, Xbox gamers like games, but your game has to be appealing to the type of, you know, games they want to play. Like, look, you know what I equate it to? I equate it to food. If you come to a Western audience, you say, guess what, man? I'm gonna give you this is come to my restaurant. I got steak, I got shrimp, I got some calamari. You can get some steamed broccoli. You can get some you got pilaf, and we got mashed potatoes, and you know, we got I don't know, shellfish and oysters, and we got a whole bunch of different variety, right? But it's American type of variety, right? You be like, oh shit. Depending on your audience, they might be like, oh, I'm down with that shit. But if you turn to that same audience and be like, man, listen, man, I got some scorpions, I got some grasshoppers. You want some grasshoppers? I got some grass, long grain grass, some wheat. I got some fucking moss you can eat. I got some tofu. They gonna look at you like, this shit don't sound appealing at all. You don't want some slugs? We'll feed you some slugs. Be like, oh shit. What about frog legs? You want some frog legs? Oh, I don't know. I don't think I want frog legs. You know, like it. You gotta cater. Now, I'm not saying that some people in America wouldn't eat that shit. You know, but the vast majority, not likely. Like the crazy look. Most of the world, contrary to popular belief, they eat bugs. A lot of the different countries in the world, insects are on the menu. But if you come to Europe or you go to freaking America, or I'm assuming Australia or some other, you know, first world country, that's not really something that people are looking forward to eating for lunch, breakfast, or dinner, whichever. But in other countries, that is a delicacy. That is something that's on the menu. That is something that people requests. You know, I'm just saying. And to be honest, that's what JRPGs are right now. Maybe not all, but yeah, that's what they are right now. I mean, what they could do is, instead of trying to serve us insects with their special sauce, give us a steak or some chicken or some shrimp with your special sauce. The sauce is still there. It still makes the dish part of what it is, but having the chicken, the beef, the fish, the shrimp, it just makes it more appealing to the other audience. You know, just keeping it as like bugs and slugs, which are like the traditional JRPGs. Yeah, that works for people that are cool with it. But people that aren't really all that interested in it, you just basically telling them, nah, just stay away. This ain't for you. And that's fine. But then you're gonna know that's why your sales are the way they are. You know, because people ain't trying to eat that shit. You ain't trying to play those games. Like, I don't want to play that shit. I'm just being honest. I mean, I've been to Japan. I like sushi, you know, and I'm willing to try certain things, but then there's other things I'm just not willing to try. Like, I can have, you know, I can eat rice and tofu, and I'll have some eel and some octopus. That's about as adventurous as I'm gonna go. If you're talking about, yo, you want this slug with some rice, I'm like, nah, I'm good. Oh, you don't want this scorpion or this snake with some rice? Nah, I'm not. I'm good. Shit, I don't even like gator. Gator is gross. Shit is it's all fishy and sticky at the same time. It's just, man, people try to make it taste good, but you can't, man. It's a carnivore, man. Carnivores taste gross. It's fucking gross. Like, give me a herbivore to eat any day, and carnivores are gross to eat, man. It's just, the meat is too damn tough. But anyway, man, play your games, man. Love your games. And you know what? If you really want to look for some JRPGs, they're on the Xbox, but you got to dig for them bitches. You got to go into Lost and Found. You got to hunt them shits down. They in there though. You just got to really want to find them. But anyway, man, this is your boy Livewire, and hope y'all have a great day. And I'm out this bitch, baby.